Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another stream. Today I'm going to do a little stream I've not done in a while. This is something I've done before, but I want to do this again. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of... I'm hoping it's not going to be quite exactly every weapon, but basically a lot, like one Fortnite weapons and items and that. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe, and let's get into it. So I'm doing a tier list. This is the first time I've done it in ages. It's going to take me a while. Now I'm going to try and go quick through all these weapons. We've got a lot. I don't think we've got any of the mythics on here. It's gonna take me a bit of time here to go through them all. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it'll have like every gun in Fortnite, but it's definitely surely gonna hopefully have like the majority of them. And yeah. So let me. So yeah, I thought just why not do this little stream? I think it's gonna be a little interesting thing to just look at all these different Fortnite weapons and items and just give my opinion on them as of now. Where I kind of stand with them all. So we've got a lot to do. A lot of the mythics on here, so this should make it a lot easier. I know there's a couple of different weapons, for example, mythics and that. So for example, like with drum gun that and. Yeah, hopefully you're all ready, chat. Alright, so first off we have the Dragon Breath shotgun. To be honest, this weapon, I remember I never really used this gun honestly too much. It was good, I guess, in like damaging opponents, but the problem is it like was 4 shots and it had to reload. I will admit though but the thing that does make it good though is the thing that did make it good was the I think the thing that made it good though was like especially the fact that you could what was it, set fire to structures and that was kind of cool, I guess. But you know, still hold up, my mouse just keeps disconnecting. But still though, it was not really probably one of my least favorite shotguns ever added to Fortnite. Well, it's not my least favorite, but you know, still it was great damage. But the problem is it literally took forever to reload, and you know, 4 shots. But it could take like 4 shots, and yeah, so I think C tier for me is where I stand with this gun. Stark rifle. This was from Chapter 2, Season 4, wasn't it? I believe. Some of these weapons I'm going to really forget. This rifle was honestly sick. Honestly, though, I don't really have as much experience with this as some of these other weapons. I remember not using it too much. Personally, I think the pulse rifle is better than it because pulse rifle actually does more damage, which we'll get to in a bit. But I mean, it was a cool weapon. It was a really cool weapon to be honest. I mean, did more damage than you down sights. It was really cool. I mean, me too, really, to be honest. That's where I currently stand with it. Alright, this is the alien nanites. This was from Chapter 2, Season 7. To be honest, this thing I didn't really pick up too much. I don't think even remember if you guys really picked this up too much, but I mean, it was cool for me, I guess. I mean, you know, in fact it made a low gravitational zone, but really I didn't really see myself using this weapon. No, I took too much. So it's, I guess, meh. Okay, the next weapon, the Anvil rocket launcher. I am sorry, but I didn't really like this weapon. I just didn't. I mean, sure, it was good. I mean, the only thing that was really useful with this gun is it was just be able to lock on. Really, it was only really served its purpose for like locking onto like vehicles and that, which was cool. But really, this just feels a very weird. This to me was a really weird weapon. I think this is an easy one for me. I just never liked this thing really. It just felt weird. Yeah. All right. So we got the scar here. So I guess there's 2 of them because one of them's the mythic scar, obviously. The gold scar, obviously, S tier. It's still one of my favorite weapons. I mean, they're glad they brought them back. Yeah, and then there's I guess there's 2 of them here. Probably this is for the mythic scar, which that was OP anyway. 37 damage, fire rate of 6. I mean, what more do you want? Okay, the burst ARs. This is going to be a bit confusing because we have the normal burst, we have the burst then, and then this is, I guess, with the striker burst and the mythic striker burst. So there's 4 of these, honestly. So the thing is, they look the same. So we'll say this is like the normal burst, and then that's the mythic, and then that's the striker burst, and then the mythic striker burst. It's all confusing, I know, but yeah. So the normal burst, this honestly, I honestly think this was better. This was from better Meatford than the Scar. I mean, before it got that huge, before they got that buff in season 3, where they improved it in chapter 2, season 3, I'd say Scar was better, but yeah, it was a good weapon. And then the mythic. Honestly, again, I guess this would be for the mythic burst. I guess S as well wasn't really too much better. I don't think it's always OP. I mean, it was only just like did slightly more damage. Looking at the one from season 3, hold on, there was just 2. I just remember there was 2 mythic burst assault rifles. There was one that the Dr. Sloan one had, and then yeah, I guess it was. It depends how you're looking at it, because I mean, there was 2 different ones like this. I mean, 3 with the striker burst one, which we'll get into in a little bit, and then there was this, and then there was one of the 2 that played similar, the Sloan's one, and then the yeah, it was just 2. I mean, we'll look at the Sloan's one, and that was pretty OP though. 39 damage and shot really fast. All right, semi-auto sniper. To us, this gun is honestly not too bad of a weapon. I mean, this weapon was good if you wasn't really as good with like a bolt or sniper or anything like back in the day. Especially, I remember people saying back in the day that they used to use this weapon, and before they used like the things like the bolt action sniper, which we'll get into a little bit. But yeah, as far as where I currently stand with the semi-auto, honestly, B tier. I think B tier. Honestly, quite liked this weapon. I mean, it was good if you wasn't as good with other snipers, because you could still do some great damage. Yeah, it doesn't one shot you, but yeah, I mean, it was a pretty decent gun if you wasn't as good with other snipers, and you still wanted to have it, and it was still a decent long range sniper if you really needed to. Alright, the automatic sniper. I don't get why there's 2 of these. I don't remember if there was even a mythic version at all, so we'll ignore that. But the automatic sniper, weird, I guess. It was certainly a weird weapon. I'd say just like this one, it was just weird. It didn't really feel normal for me for a sniper, to be honest. And yeah, hope everyone's doing alright today. I know some of you might disagree with where my placements are, but yeah, I didn't really see myself using this gun too much. Right, let's go through this a bit quicker. Alright, I don't know why I was doing this. I don't know if there was a mythic one at all, so I'll put that down there. Bandage Bazooka. Personally, not my favourite healable, but I mean, it's cool. I mean, the problem was they did take up 2 inventory slots. The Slurp Bazooka, which I don't know if it's on here. No, it isn't, I don't think. To be honest, I don't. Yeah, Slurp Bazooka, if we were talking Slurp Bazooka, it'd be probably S rated, but for the Bandage Bazooka, it's beta. Oh yeah, it's there, sorry. But then, again, I'm just doing my opinion on all these Fortnite guns and items and all that. It doesn't have healables, all the healables and all that, but the majority of them. Alright, Gold Infantry Rifle, S tier, one of my favourite assault rifles ever in Fortnite. This was one of my favourite ARs. Honestly, I'm like, literally, if you give me this gun, I honestly will shred people with this thing. I love the infantry rifle. It was just good for damage. It was just good for damaging and picking off opponents. It was amazing. Presence meter. I mean, it's basically just a supply drop. Supply drops are obviously really good. Okay, the bolt sniper. The bolt sniper is really good weapon to us. I mean, I'm sad it's not been in the game for ages. Not quite S tier for me, but I'll put it in A tier, just simply because it's a pretty solid sniper. And then the other bolt is an A tier. It's personally not my favorite sniper, but it's something that I prefer over, especially for semis. We'll get onto the silent sniper, which a lot of you are going to disagree with this, but I think the silent sniper is better than the bolt, and I'll explain why when we get to it. But yeah, we've got next, Boogie Bomb. This one was also a really good one as well. I'd say anything. I mean, this one was a really good one as well, to be honest. I mean, you know, it's a free kill basically. If it's a free kill, as I said, if you know what you're doing with this. Boom Bow, OP. Literally, 100 damage with your weapon with splash damage as well, and it took shotgun ammo. It certainly was a very OP weapon. The boombox, C tier, I guess. I mean, definitely very, very like noob kind of item because it was but it was decent. Okay, boom sniper rifle. Okay, this exotic was a bad one. I'm sorry. it literally did like what? Like, it did like I think 10 damage, and then you just stick under 70 damage. It's when you think of the name, it sounds good, but really in practice, it's not OP, and I think it was a bad weapon as well. I think probably one of my least favorite exotics to ever be added into Fortnite. I'm sorry for those who think it's decent, but personally, I think it's bad. It just is. Sorry, I just had to sort something out. Ball of rockets. Yeah. Who even used this thing? Who even used these? They're like, I remember back in the day people thought these were gonna be OP just from a trailer, but it really just wasn't. Honestly, I think the boombox was better. Although these things cause damage, but it was only like 10 damage, and it's not like. And the only way you guys are gonna kill someone is if they just stood in front of you, stood still while taking damage. So. Yeah, alright, Burst SMG, it's C tier, not really it's one of my least favourite SMGs. It's not terrible, but it's meh. I mean, decent damage, but like it's not like it's gonna be something as good as any other SMG, a lot of the other SMGs. It's not my least favourite SMG. I think there's two SMGs. There is two SMGs here that I think are bad, even worse, which we'll get to in a bit. Alright, the famous, I'm gonna say I don't know, it's question why I put the FAMAS in there, because this back in the day used to be a really bad weapon. If we're talking like the old version before they buffed it, I would say like C tier or D tier, because it was really bad. It wasn't really accurate, bad for long range encounters. But then when they just buffed it and that, I think A tier this where it stands. It's honestly, but honestly, again, if we were looking at the original version of it, C tier, D tier. Especially one from Chapter 2, because they didn't, less damage on Chapter 1. If we talk the Chapter 1 version, C tier. Chapter 2 version before Season 3, D tier. Now A tier, because obviously it's pretty decently accurate. Alright, the Striker Burst. I just don't think this was as good as the normal burst. It just doesn't do the most damage, and it just kind of got worse after nerf. And then I think the Mythic, I guess the other Mythic Striker Burst would go A tier as well. Personally, I just don't think these were, for me, just didn't feel as good as the, as I said, the normal burst. Alright, Pulse Rifle. I believe this is the exotic version we're looking at. Where's the other Pulse Rifle? Yeah, it's there. The exotic Pulse Rifle is an S tier 1. I love this gun as well. I mean, we haven't got into any of the shotguns yet, but we'll get to them in a bit. This thing was like a burst one, and it still had that amazing damage. Alright, exotic burst quad launcher. B tier wasn't really one of my favourite exotics. It wasn't really as good as the quad launcher. I mean, it was okay, but like it wasn't really for me anything too special. Alright, Charge SMG. Trash. Just trash. It's just not it. Honestly, I think this is the worst SMG to ever be added into Fortnite. I'm sorry. Even worse than the but honestly, I think it's even more shit than the original SMG, which I don't know if it's even on there, but yeah, who agrees with me? This was just trash. I want to put why was this even added game to us? I don't know. Trash though. Literally, this gun, although it had got good damage, the same fire rate, but the problem is you had to charge it, and although they buffed it to the, although they gave it a buff with less recoil, the thing that makes it so bad is literally just because you had to charge it up. For a shotgun, for the charge shotgun, when we get to charge shotgun, I'll talk about that. It wasn't as bad on the charge, but especially for the SMG, it just feels weird. I remember getting killed a lot. I was trying to get good with this thing, but I remember getting killed a lot with this thing. I barely even got any managed to get any kills with this. It was just really bad. Honestly, the worst SMG I think ever to grace Fortnite. Chiller grenades. Again, whoever used these things. Much worse than a lot of the other consumers, especially compared to a chiller trap, which didn't take up an actual inventory slot. Chiller grenades though did, and it was just terrible. So Slurp Bazooka, S tier. Much better than the Bounty Streak, although again takes 2 slots. But the thing is, this one heals health and shield, which makes it even better. This is something I actually still carry. I will carry around if I actually get, and I'll ditch, and I'm willing to take 2 inventory slots for this. Banjuka is not as much. Banjuka is always like the one I'm not too sure on, but then this one is worth it because it heals health and shield. Clingers, B tier. I mean, it's a little decent thing if you get it. I mean, at least it sticks to opponents, does 100 damage. Alright, we got the Cobra DMR. This... It's gonna be C tier? Top C tier, I think, for me? Maybe here, I don't know. C tier. It wasn't bad, but it definitely just... Again, just like the automatic sniper, wasn't really... Actually, maybe bottom B tier. Maybe this thing wasn't too... yeah, C tier. It's questionable. I want to see high C, low B, because it was okay. I mean, it shot quite fast, and it was decent. But again, it's a DMRs or something like this. Alright, combat assault rifle. A tier for me. I love this thing. Really good. I'm glad they brought it back during chapter 3. And although they reduced the damage slightly on it, but again, it technically was better because they reduced the recoil, and it's nice. Combat pistol. D tier. I didn't really like this thing. Honestly, I think worse than all pistol because it did less damage and it had that recoil and had a lot of kick to it. Combat shotgun. If we're talking the original version, it's OP, but we're looking. If we're looking at the current version, I'd say I'll put it at the B. Pretty balanced. It's fast firing shotgun, decent range, but again not too powerful. Again, if we're talking that OG version though, it'd be OP. But currently my version of the combat shotgun is B tier. Alright, the combat SMG. Honestly, S tier though. This weapon was just OP. I mean, it did much good damage, had a high headshot multipliers than some other SMGs. I mean, what more do you want with this thing? It was honestly insane. Crash pads, A tier as well. Nice little mobility item as well if you just needed to use it, I guess. Yeah, cardboard box. Yeah, I don't even see why anyone just used this thing, to be honest. I just don't get it. Yeah, it was meh. Alright, crossbow. Yeah, throw these both in the trash. Honestly, whoever used these things just like this gun here, these two were just absolutely trash. I mean, sure, they did do decent damage and they had unlimited ammo and they were silenced, but just crossbows felt weird and for that. Okay. This mythic here, the mythic Deadpool pistols. F2, bad as well. Who used these things? Much lower damage than the dual pistols. I know they healed you, but still just really bad weapon. DMR, D tier. Wasn't. I never really liked this thing. Cobra DMRs was honestly much better because it shot faster than that. This thing was just not good. All right, the double barrel shotgun. That's an A tier for me. Again, the order of here is not saying what I think is from worst to best. This is just each tier. Double barrel shotgun was cool. I mean, 120-ish damage, and if you get someone in his face with this thing, it was really, really good. It was really good. But the problem with the double barrel is if you had some error with your first shot, you wouldn't get the kill. You wouldn't be able to get the kill until you reload. All right, the fire sniper. I'll say A tier as well. Nothing too special. I mean, same damage as the bolt, but it does. But it has the fire effects. But problem with the fire effect though is you could. I've had situations. I think I've seen situations where people just, like I say, burn themselves with it, and it's not good. All right, drum shotgun. Honestly, S tier for me. Honestly, OP. This honestly, I don't know. S tier for me. Honestly, this was just OP weapon. I mean, I just love spamming people with this thing, and honestly, they just made it even better in season 2 of chapter 3 when they just buffed it. All right, the drum gun. If we're talking, all right, the two drum guns. We've got the minus drum gun and the normal drum gun. If we're talking the normal drum gun, C tier. I don't want to say D tier, but I mean much worse than the original. If we're talking the original version from that season 5 chapter 1 and season 4 season 5 chapter 1, that'd be OP. But the current version of it is C tier. It's okay, but I would much rather put for other weapons. The minus drum gun OP. Dual Hunter dual Fiend Hunters trash. I don't even know like who really uses things. I've gotten like very few kills with this thing. I don't think I just turns it's just something I don't think people really use. Honestly, terrible. Right, dual silence pistols. Do I even remember these things being in the chat? Does anyone know about these ones? I don't even know what these things even were. Dual silence pistols. I don't remember these at all. I don't remember these ever even being in I don't remember. I don't know what these are exactly. Anyway, the dual pistols though. This is another B tier weapon. I mean, it's pretty decent. I mean, you know, if you early game weapon, honestly, this was pretty solid because you know if people only have 100 health and you could just easily get some kills with this if you're good with it. Dynamite I'd probably throw in the same section as well. For me, I mean, something I wouldn't say common pick up, but I think for destroying structures though, this thing was absolutely insane. Right, which one's this? Is this the which one is this? Is this the snowball launcher one or no that one? But this is that the which one's this again? Is that the is it egg launcher? Is this the egg launcher one, chat? Is that right? I think is it this one the egg launcher one? Because that one's the snowball launcher, isn't it? So I think this. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't know this one. Is this the egg launcher one? Because remember there was kind of different types of grenade launcher. I mean, yeah, I think this is the egg launcher. So yeah, C tier for me. Okay, this is the Everchrome AR. Personally, B, I'd say on this. This was okay, but it wasn't really anything too special. And the Everchrome shotgun was A tier. I mean, B tier as well. I think these things were okay, but they weren't nothing like too special. To be honest, actually, maybe A tier I'll put on the shotgun because I mean it's basically similar to an order, but you know you could upgrade. Alright, the Excalibur. Personally, I'm not really good with these guns. I don't really like these things too much. I don't know why. I'm just not really good with these guns. I'm sorry, chat, but I know a lot of people like these things, but personally, I'm not really too good with these. So I'm gonna have to throw both of these, the mythic one and the normal, I guess, in the C tier. Because like it's cool, but like for the times I've used it, I just don't really tend to do good with them. I'm sorry, but if it disappoints you, but yeah, that's why I currently stand on these. Alright, this is the goo gun thing from last season, wasn't it? Wasn't something that commonly run, but it was cool. Me too. Crossbow, trash. That's the Fino crossbow. Okay, trash. Yeah, these 5 things absolutely was bad. In fact, crossbows were worse, but the these things were just trash. To be honest, I'm sorry. Firefly jar. I guess C tier, bottom C tier. Ideally bottom C. I don't really commonly use these things. These are the flare gun ones, so I say I'll throw both of these. This was like the firework kind of one, and then this was like the normal flare gun. These things were useful for scanning opponents, and yeah. This is the fishing rod one as well. I mean, again, something that you get as well. Oh, flintlock pistol. S tier. I love this thing. Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm just currently doing my ranking on my tier list on Fortnite weapons. We still got a lot more to go. Oh, welcome, Rock. Are you watching through the stream so far? So far, this is what we got. Trash tier. I mean, oh yeah, you can see I'm just streaming right now. I'm doing my tier list on Fortnite weapons. Trash tier. This is what we got here. Honestly, I think the worst were the crossbows, but this SMG. Honestly, I wish I could. I'm so tempted to put wireless into the game, but trash though anyway. These I think is zero purpose. These things were just bad. These not really too viable. These were like yeah, and then this is where and then there's the others. All right, gliders. It's not this again. Some of these others. It's not something I'd commonly run, but I mean if you happen to get it. Oh, which one is this? Is this the Gravitron from season 7, chapter 2? The Gravitron thingy? Was that what it was called? It was that grab thing where you could just grab things. Wasn't something that commonly run, but it was from what I saw it was cool and it was just fun. Oh, this is the grapple gun from last season, wasn't it? I think this got added last season. Was it? Is this the grapple gun one? The grapple glider kind of one. Sorry, the one that and you shoot. It's like same distance on a grappler, but that was our last season. But then it glides. Also you can use it as a glider, so that's cool. And then the normal grapplers this was beta. Then this and then I guess the Skies one would be OP. Oh, this is the grapple bow one. This was amazing though. S tier. I'm pretty sure is that the grapple bow one? If I'm correct, I think that is it? Pretty certain this one's the grapple bow, isn't it? Because that's then the. Just double checking. Is this one the grapple? I just don't want to get it mixed up with the primal bow and that. Hold on, bear with a second. Let me just check something. I'm certain that looks like to me if it was. Is that the grapple or the primal bow? That one, because it's one of the two, isn't it? Again, to me, weapons I've kind of forgot. I know that's the makeshift one, which I'll put that with there for now. So don't forget to do that later. I'm pretty certain though this one was the primal bow. I can't remember. I'm getting mixed up between that and the grapple bow. Let me just quickly check which one it was. Bear with a second though. Again, some of these Fortnite guns I've completely forgotten the name of. But at least I remember most of the name of most of these guns. I mean, yeah, because I've been playing the game since season 6, chapter 1. If I played like much later, I wouldn't probably be able to like do this because I wouldn't have had any experience in most of these guns. But yeah, I'm pretty certain this one's the primal bow though. Is it? If so, it was beta. Oh, sorry, not F2. It was beta. It was a good, nice little fast shooting bow, I guess, wasn't it? And I'm just double checking something though real quick. That's all. I'm just double checking something before we continue. Let's check something. I'm pretty sure that was. No, that's the grapple bow, isn't it? Then that's the grapple bow. Sorry, I just checked. It is the grapple bow. Sorry. My mistake. No, that was the grapple bow. Sorry. I'm getting mixed up with looks of weapons. Alright, no, this one was OP then. To be honest, arrest it. This one was OP because you would do absolutely insane with a grapple. The charged shotgun. This one's A tier. Nothing special, but I mean it was a good weapon. But so I think grenades, beta, something commonly run, but again it was thing if you wanted. Grenade launcher, A tier, really good honestly. This gun was. Oh, the guided missile. Okay, this is one of the weapons on here that I've never had any experience with because this was this was the one. This was what is it? This was some chapter 1. I'm aiming to try and look at like the time of when these guns were like voting and that, or like I guess the current guns are kind of voting. This thing I guess from in the beta because I don't have experience with it. I mean, yeah, this yeah. We'll look at the best version anyway. So that was OP though. That was right. The LMG, yeah, that was OP as well. The hammer is a B tier one for me. Nothing special. It wasn't nothing too special, but it was solid, but definitely wasn't as good as a normal AR. Harpoon gun, C tier. No, if it's something necessarily common. All right, the heavy assault rifle would be a B tier one for me. All right, the heavy shotgun. Right, let's look at this. We got two of them. We got the old heavy and the new heavy. The new one's an A for me would be A tier, and then the old one would be B. Because the new one did more damage, shot faster than that, but while the old heavy had like more headshot damage than that. So I feel like the new heavy is personally for me better. Presents. The other present one, A tier. That's the other present one. Hot Rock Dualies, B tier as well. I mean, it was dual pistols with the Hot Rock effect. The Hot Rock effect. Nothing too bad. Okay, I don't even know what this is. I don't even remember what this was. This is the problem, chat. Some of these things I just don't even remember at all. so I'll have to chuck that down there, because I don't at the bottom there. I don't even know what this was. For a 100 bolt action sniper, if we're talking before it got buffed, I'd say maybe C, but I currently stand as an A tier weapon now, because they did make it a lot better after they buffed it, because it was 100 damage, and you can one shot. So yeah, A tier for me. Which one's this as well? I don't remember this one either. I'll have to put it down here. Hunting rifle. S tier. Love this gun. Ice grappler. A tier. It was cool. I mean, grapple. B tier. Me to say grapple with the icy effect, but infinite ammo, so maybe A tier actually. But yeah, and that hunting rifle, I loved it though. Impulse grenades. B tier was decent. Infantry rifle. This one would be at A tier for me though. I just loved the infantry rifle. I do think the gold one's quite a bit better. That's what's S and this one's A. But even the normal infantry rifle, I was like, dang, pretty good weapon. Honestly, to us, if you just give me... Oh, is that you? Wait, is it you, Apple? Bro, it's been ages. My God, that's been so long. I never thought you'd ever come back. Oh my word. Welcome. Just currently doing my tier list of Fallout weapons right now. So yeah, I think I can't remember what gun I even just did. Was it just that? Yeah, it was the infantry rifle. Blue. Infinity Blade. Why was this even added to the game? Yeah, we're not talking any further. This one was A tier as well for me. I mean, this is something that was kind of cool. It was that thingy from season 7. What was it called? It was that cow thingy. You could kind of like hop around in there, and that was really cool. I can't remember what it was called though. Jetpack, A tier as well. This was a really good. This was honestly just a really good thing to us. All right, this drum gun here, this version of the Myers drum gun. The Myers drum gun I put was S tier. This drum gun is C tier, but I personally am thinking this is probably B tier. Because this one's quite a bit better than this one, but still not near as good as the Myers drum gun. And then this was the Jaws. This one was OP. Infinite ammo, but you could go very far, but it was a bit more balanced though than this one, because you can't, just shock someone's face. Oh, this is the Kingsman umbrella thing from Chapter 2, Season 2. C tier. I don't really... But from the time I used that, I just never found it too viable. Alright, Chimera ray gun. So we got the mythic one and the blue, the gold version. This version, D tier. If we're talking mythic, C, because it was quite a bit better, but... Yeah, I never really liked the Chimera ray gun. It was just bad. Launchpad, obviously S tier. I mean, this is a thing that you obviously use. Mythic Charge, S tier as well. Quite a bit better. Oh, this is the purple and gold charge, so that'd be S tier, and then this would also be S tier for the, I guess, the mythic charge as well. You just come in. All right, the heavy assault rifle. This would be A tier, while the mythic. I think the mythic would be an A tier, while this version would be a B tier. It won't be a B tier. I'll probably just like there. I'm not saying this is not me saying Ranking Rules best. Because the mythic version did shoot faster, the damage would shoot faster. Yeah. Hunting rifle, the gold one. For me, this is also just an S tier. I love the hunting rifle. To be honest, my favourite sniper to ever be in Fortnite. Alright, the scoped assault rifle. I love the scope they are. A tier for me. I love the scoped assault rifle. Honestly, I think this is honestly much better than the thermal. To be honest, I mean. Good damage, 37 damage, and 2 times head multiplier. I mean, and very accurate. What more do you want? Hope everyone's doing good today. Alright, alright, this is the lever action rifle one. This is personally for me a C tier. It's not terrible. I mean, it's something I'll rock if I don't. This is one of the things that I'll rock if I can't find any other sniper. But that's really the only time I'd really want to use this thing, is if I'm out of any other ranged weapon. I'd much rather take any other sniper pretty much over it, well, most times over it. Right, lever action shotgun. This is an A tier. Not the best shotgun, but it certainly isn't the worst. Cold, trash. I mean, who really would use this? Machine pistol. It's B. A tier. I don't really use it. I know it's back in the game. I was called machine SMG, machine pistol though, but so it's machine pistol, but I don't really commonly use this thing. But it's cool when you get it, and it's A tier. Makeshift revolver, F tier. Makeshift rifle, bad. Makeshift shotgun, D tier. Makeshift SMG. This is C. It's not too bad. A Markham 6 shooter B. Tier. Quite good actually for headshots. Actually, maybe this is A tier actually. I know it's like the watch, but the headshots of them were amazing on it. Maybe not. This is maybe not a shotgun. This is a B tier one. And these are the bows. Okay. Let me get the bows together here. So look, the makeshift bow D tier, primal bow B, mechanical bow B, and then Stone Adventure Royale. No, although I have been considering maybe a return at some point. I don't know yet. I will talk about that again later on though. Mechanical Explosive bow A, and then the mythic one also A, but the Shockwave one OP. Med Mist A tier as well. I like this thing. Primal Flame Bow also A tier. I like this thing too. Actually, I think this was better than the Explosive Bow, in my opinion. Right, minigun. So this is an S. This is O. Minigun S tier though. Just OP. Yeah. Just something. All right, the MK. Okay. We're looking. All right. I'm sorry. This is C tier. It was. If we're looking at the best version, this would be OP, but yeah, C tier. In its current version, and then the mythic one MK was OP. I mean, this was the mythic the two version of the MK. Yeah, we'll look at the I guess the version one that got more is, as I said, and it was C tier. But if we're talking the mythic, that was OP. Mythic Goldfish. Well, I wouldn't say it was OP. I mean, it was cool, but it was like something rare. All right, the normal AR. This is B tier. This is just one of your. It's not as good as a Scar, but I mean, I'll use it. It's just solid. That's really what it is. All right, the compact SMG. This is A tier. Good SMG, but not one of my favorites. The Deagle. Like this thing as well. A tier. Revolver. Revolver's something not something common use. Alright, the scope revolver, C tier. I didn't really like this thing too much. Actually, nah, I put it in detail. I don't really like the scope revolver. Less damage than a normal revolver, but also sucks. Alright, the RPG, grey, green, and blue. If we're talking grey and blue, the difference between the grey and blue is really significant. So we'll go with B. 100 damage per did reload. So, alright, the heavy sniper would be an A after it's not as good as it used to be. Still say it's better than the bolt sniper. This is the other SMG. The I guess normal SMG one. This is also A tier. What even is this one? I don't know. Oh, will this be the? This is just a pickaxe. I don't know. All right, this is the purple and gold version of the pistol. This is a B tier. Something like that. This one D tier. Plasma cannon B. That's something that we can't use. Puller Fort. See, Puller Fort's quite a bit better though, so I'd say B. Presents, I think I've already just thrown in there. These are just the present ones. A tier. Primal pistol. Wow, this is added to the game. Yeah, just really bad gun. Primal rifle was a C. Maybe the mythic primal rifle was a C tier. Actually, no, this thing wasn't too bad, but it wasn't. Primal shotgun was. Yeah, it was okay. But yeah, this thing was shit. This was B tier as well for the Primal SMG. Primal Stink Bow. This one's amazing. This one's a OP one as well. Actually, no, A tier. Oh, the Prime Shotgun. I love this thing. A tier. But not my favorite. Not one of my favorite shotguns. Just isn't. Actually, yeah. Actually, maybe S tier. Actually, I think for this one as well. Actually, I don't know. S tier, A tier, because I quite liked my experience, but it also wasn't fair. Yeah, I'll keep it A tier. Fishing rods again. That's the fishing rod, though. Stuff in it. Okay, I don't know what this one is, so I'm gonna throw that to one side there. Alright, next up, the proximity grenade launcher. My opinion on the proximity grenade launcher really has changed quite a bit since I originally thought of it. The proximity grenade launcher, just bad. It's a D tier for me. I'm sorry. I mean, it's easy to use. If you're someone who's bad at the game, it's easy to use. But then if you're a better player, it's just got like no advantage to it. So yeah, I mean it's something I guess I'll rock if I get it. But like if I was to get it, but the problem with the proximity grenade launcher is literally it's easy to use if you're bad at the game, and but if you're and it only does 70 damage and it has a loud noise and that and if you're someone and even if you're like a good player, it doesn't really give you much advantage. So useless. Not saying that it. I'll put it bottom six. I mean that's a purpose, but but with the proximity grenade launcher, it's just D tier, top D tier. But yeah. But again, the proximity grenade launcher, as I said, easy to use as someone if you're as a noob. But again, no special advantages. I've got to go see us. Alright, see ya. Right, who else is still here? So let me chat for you agree with the proximity grenade launcher though. As I said, I think I made a really strong point about what I said about it though. It's easy to use if you're someone who's bad at the game, but it again doesn't have that any major advantage if you're someone who's a better player. Alright, pulse rifle. For me, this one's OP. No, actually, I wouldn't say OP, but S tier. Because the thing with these things, these were just insane. They were great damage, and yeah, I just prefer this over the Stark rifle. I don't know why. Right, the pump shotgun. This is A tier. I mean S tier for me, and then this is a OP one. Yeah, of course. RPG S tier for me as well. We're talking about quad launcher. A tier for me. Railgun is also an A tier. Personally, didn't have as much experience with it. Personally, it wasn't really my favorite sniper, but I'll something I'll rock. Right, the Ranger. My opinion is drastically. I think my opinion is drastically changed for Ranger. I originally thought it was a bad gun because this gun was basically doing the same damage as a normal assault rifle, but with much slower fire rate. But then it's really freaking accurate. And I remember on the day before that fracture event, I was playing Team Rumble and I was just doing good with this thing. And actually, I kind of like this thing, to be honest. Not something I would commonly use, but something else. But again, I just really now kind of like it. Ranger shotgun, A tier. A lot of these guns are really A tier for me. Just Rapper SMG. Oh, give me that! Give me that into OP. I love this gun. My favorite SMG to ever exist in my favorite SMG ever in Fortnite. It was OP. Great damage. The damage. Honestly, to be honest, I think this SMG is better than anyone. I know when you compare it to the P90, I think it's much better than the P90. Sure, just less damage and less accurate than the P90, but then it's much better at putting pressure on opponents, and it has the better DPS and faster reload time. Recon scanner. This one was OP as well because you could just scan for people nearby. Recycler. C tier. I guess. Right, the red eye assault rifle. Okay, this one is not really my favorite assault rifle. I don't really like this thing too much. Well, I mean, it's okay, but like, I'm sorry, but I don't like this thing either too much. I feel like I've been trying to get good at this thing. It's accurate, I guess, but it just feels weird. I want this space because it has some good damage and it's quite accurate, but I just tend to get killed a lot when using this thing. So maybe I'll put it bottom B because I do also have respect for it. Yeah, that's where I currently stand with it. In my opinion. Alright, C4. This one was OP. I mean, it was amazing at taking down structures. Fire extinguisher thingy for vehicles. It was, I guess, what it is. Revolver, I guess, meter as well. I know this is gonna feel a bit weird, chat, but to be honest, I kind of prefer this old revolver here over the pump gold revolver, the grey green revolver over the pump gold revolver. I guess this special revolver over this one. I don't know what it is, but I felt like with this one here, I just tend to land shots easier with this one than this revolver here. I mean, it's weird. It just feels more accurate and just, I don't know, you know what I mean? It just feels weird. It feels weird that the fact that I tend to do better with that. Okay, I've just remembered the burst assault rifle from chapter 1 is not on this. It's not on here. But if I was to throw it, I'd put it in COD tier. Alright, the OG SMG. Okay, hard for me to really give my own opinion on this because, again, I never played this early on, but from what I've just saw, really, just bad weapon. Honestly, I don't think it's even as bad as the Charge SMG. Although this thing was absolutely terrible for damage, at least it wasn't a stupid charging like this, but it still sucked. You too, but I still think the makeshift weapons here are a lot more shit than it. Yeah. Yeah. The Ripsaw launcher, yeah, DT as well. No, I never saw myself using this thing either. Yeah, it wasn't really. Alright, Tactical SMG. It's really hard to give my full opinion on this because if we're talking the original, the Tactical SMG has been on quite a few different variants. If we were talking the one from chapter 1, season 1, from the original version of it, it'd been like C or B tier. Then it got that huge buff, and it did a lot more damage, and then it shot like really fast. If we were talking the one before, see chapter 2, season 4, this would be OP. But now, it's gonna be C tier. I mean, it just, the fact it shoots kind of slow. I will still pick this if I want to, but definitely isn't OP as well. If I was to bring this back to the game, I'd buff it and maybe increase the fire to like 11 or something. But like more like 10 or 11. I just feel like that fire feels kind of slow, and the fact that it's just other SMGs that just do the same amount of damage, but can just shoot faster and have a better DPS. Yeah. Right, Rusty Can, trash. Use this thing. Scope. Right, I don't know why the 2 scope revolve. Oh, that's the Nighthawk one I accidentally ranked. Okay, this scope revolve was trash. Okay, this one would be C-tier. This one was quite a bit better because of the Nighthawk effect, but still. I accidentally ranked the Nighthawk one. Sorry. Sorry. This one's quite a bit better than the scope revolver here. Because the Nighthawk effect definitely helped. Alright, the Shadow Miser's drum gun. That's also going to be. It's literally the exact same thing as this, just different looks to it. So, alright, the Shadow Tracker. This thing was honestly quite cool. I'd say A tier. To be honest, I actually quite like this thing. Not only did it do decent damage, it also had that. You could mark points near. You could give your points marked. Honestly, I had some good times with this gun. To be honest, it was definitely a very useful exotic. Although it was just a pistol. Shield bubble. It is BT as well. It's not something I'd commonly use, but definitely is good. It's definitely good if you're someone who just wants to, use it's OP in 0, but actually Shockwave Grenade S tier, yeah, A tier actually to be honest on this one. Alright, we're talking. Alright, this one's the Shockwave launcher. Both of these, this one's S tier, and then I'd say the kit's Shockwave launchers are OP. Both of these were OP to be honest, actually. I mean, you get your shockwave launcher to use more rocket ammo. Yeah, OP for me, these both are. Alright, the side-on pistol from chapter 3. This is the B tier one. This one's quite a bit better than the normal pistol because the good thing with this gun is that the good thing with this gun is literally like you know, like it's pretty useful to be honest though. Don't you think? Pretty useful. This one was. The thing with this gun though, especially, was that there's quite a bit more damage, and yeah, I liked it. Sideways minigun S tier. I love this. I love this thing. Sideways rifle would be an A tier. Sideways scythe. I'd say the same thing, an A tier to be honest. 6 shooter. That's going C tier. People consistently hate on this thing, and if I gotta be honest. Well, yes, I wouldn't say it's a good weapon, but think about it. It's a more. It does decent along close range and close range. I guess decent. I don't know why people constantly hate on this thing, but people hate this thing. All right, Storm Scout. This was a B-tier. Not my favorite sniper, but again, it can show where Storm is. Both of these are the exact same, the exotic and the normal one. Smoke grenades. F tier. Who even uses things? Sneak snowman D. And then the snowball launcher would be a B tier. Okay, I don't remember what these are. I think these are the spy. This from chapter 6. Yeah, these things weren't really the best. Stinger SMG. For me, I think if we're talking I'd say A tier to this day for me. To this day, I'd say that both A tier. These things are good, but they're not as good as they used. It's not as OP. The mythic one is probably better for damage, but much worse for accuracy. When it comes to actually, because that has a huge recoil on it. Well, not much worse, but you know. But then the accuracy though, it's pretty bad. Sorry, the recoil. I think that's B tier for the stink bomb. Striker pump is an A tier. If we're talking the original version, like from beginning of chapter 3, D tier, but A tier is where I currently stand with this. Oh shoot! Just remember the auto shotgun is not on here. What a shame. How did I only just realise the auto shotgun is not on here from the one from chapter 3? But if I had to rank it, that would probably be A tier as well. This normal SMG's a B tier. Silenced AR, it's, I'd say A tier. It's a silenced blue AR, but it does do more. But it's silenced. Alright, suppressed pistol. I'd say better than normal pistol, but I'm still going to say it's not a really good weapon. Silenced SMG. I don't know why there's 2 of these on here, but B, I guess. Definitely the old version was a lot better. Suppressed sniper. Okay, this is gonna be a controversial one, and be prepared to get mad at me for this. But I think this is better than the bolt sniper. Hear me out. Just accept this, but for me, I think it's better than the bolt. Why? Although they both do the same amount of damage, the thing with the suppressed sniper is it's silenced. So it doesn't make as much noise, which is pretty good. So actually, I'm going to put this in S tier, to be honest. Great, does the same amount of damage, but doesn't make as much noise. The tactical AR, C tier. Didn't really use it. Tac shotgun. Tac shotgun is honestly a pretty solid gun. A tier. Tent would be a B tier. I don't really commonly think that was cool. The dub. I say A tier as well. I'm pretty good damage, but that fell off. Actually, maybe S tier actually. Alright, the thermal scope, the assault rifle. We've got 3 of them. The OG thermal, yeah, it's a D tier. I mean, just much worse than the scoped AR. See, the problem with the thermal was the old thermal was that although it did do quite a bit more damage than the scoped AR, the problem with it though was simply it was just a lot less accurate. I don't think the old thermal was a very good weapon. If we're talking these thermals though, much better. B tier. Honestly, I'd say the thermals of now would be B tier, but if we're talking the old one, I'd say yeah, B tier. Which one was this? Oh, is this the what shotgun's that? Is that the Thunder shotgun? We finally got to. Yeah, that's the Thunder shotgun. We finally got to the Thunder, the new shotgun of chapter 3. The Thunder shotgun, no, chapter 4. Sorry. It's B tier. It's okay. Nothing too special. All right, the mythic boom bow would be A tier. Still, it's still good, but definitely not near as good as the normal boom bow. Because it's given that it's a mythic, it honestly wasn't. It definitely wasn't as good. I mean, at the same time, it made it more balanced, and that was nice to see. So it didn't do as much damage. I think it was good. It was definitely balanced. It was a good mythic. It was something good. You'd still use, but you know, it's a lot more balanced. That's the thing, and yeah. So it's okay. Alright, and then the 2-shot shotgun, spiritual version would be D tier. It was really bad, but then I think after that buff, I enjoyed it. B tier. Unstable bow B tier. I don't know, C tier. Hear me out with the unstable bow. The problem with the unstable bow was, you know, I'd still say B tier was okay. I think the real problem with the unstable bow is, although it was a very unique weapon. In fact, there's like random and lots of different effects. But the problem is you just don't know what it is. Like sometimes you might need a shockwave to get a storm, or and it happens to be an explosive one. And yeah, this is just what I'm saying. And then these things, I'd say the armored walls. Yeah, they were cool. Bouncers, yes. Chiller trap. Um, bad, but I'd say they're not as bad as something as like the chiller grenades. So at least unlike the chiller grenades, this thing was just a trap. And didn't take up an actual inventory slot, making them not as bad. Alright, cool. Alright, campfires. Spike trap was honestly a OP one, but was it really OP? I don't know. Launchpad, ST of course. I don't know why there's two. Okay, maybe it's just because we have the item one as well. Turret. Yeah, this of course was OP. Poison dart trap. Trash. Actually, no. Why was this even added to the game? I don't get like what was even the point of it. Alright, this is the fire trap. Yeah, this was bad. Was that the fire trap? Or was that the zapper trap? No, that's the trap from that was in Season X. I'm sorry, I guess it was C. Yeah. But here, the poison dart trap was so terrible. Like, what? It literally did like I believe it was like 10 damage for 8 seconds. With this thing, and it was really just not so useful. Like, and then the spike trap did a whole lot more damage, a whole lot quicker. So like, you see my point? And yeah, looks like that does about do it for every weapon. Again, there's a few weapons that aren't on here, like the auto shotgun. But if I had to give it a place on it, I'd say it would probably fit where in like around where the striker. Oh, I just also remember the tactical pistol's not on here either. Just straight up noticed that as well. The tactical pistol, but that'd be a A tier one as well, because the tactical pistol honestly is OP, quite OP. It's so accurate, and you know it's automatic and not semi-automatic. So let me know, chat. What do you think of my tier list? Definitely a controversial one, I think, in some bits. I definitely see a few controversial ones here. For example, the suppressed bolt snipe. Me saying it's better than the bolt. But as I said, it does more it does same damage as the bolt, but it's silenced. Just get over it for those who think the bolt's better. I think the bolt does only like a tiny bit more damage, but that's really not going to make a major difference, though. To be honest, it really isn't. I am saying facts when I mean it really is not going to make a major difference. But yeah, chat, what do you think of my tier list of every, well, I guess, I want to say that's pretty much like it's not going to be every gun and all that, but a lot of like, pretty much majority of most of the Fortnite weapons, and there's a few that's not on here, for example, such as that, the auto shotgun, that's not on there, but I'd probably throw that in the B or A with the striker. Pump. Maybe B, I don't know. But yeah. But especially when you're talking these lot, honestly, these three things here, just why was he not game? The Prime Pistol's trash, double point out trap trash, this just makes sense. The Charge SMG that honestly I'm willing to put here as well, why was he not game, but it was just trash. To be honest. But yeah. Again, I don't know what you guys are going to think, especially when it comes to my opinion on the proximity grenade launcher, because as I was saying, it just really wasn't a gun. It wasn't, again, as I said, wasn't a gun. Again, easy to use if you're bad at the game, but it again does have those advantages if you're someone who's even better. So yeah, makes it a pretty useless gun. But again, there was a few weapons that's not on here. For example, like the auto shotgun, that would go in personally for me around the same probably as the striker. shotgun would be, to be honest. And the tactical pistol wasn't on there either. Well, I didn't see the tactical pistol one there. So yeah, chat. For those who are actually still watching, what did you think of my tier list? Like I said, if you could have asked me to rank every weapon from every single weapon that exists in Fortnite from worst to best, I simply just won't do that. It's just so hard, especially with just all the. Hold on a second, just realised something. I think I just realised something. Yeah, there's two automatic snaps there, just don't. Sorry, I actually got the wrong one there. Alright there. Yeah, pretty much we've done every Fortnite weapon, but not all of them. Because the auto shotguns wasn't on there, I didn't see that. I'm trying to check if there's any other weapons that possibly have been this, but I don't think there is. But yeah, I think it was a really unique idea, really cool idea, I guess, just to rank every, I guess do a ranking guns, not as based off a tier list. Yeah, honestly. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the stream there, so because no one was watching it, or no one's already typing messaging, well, no one's already saying anything in the chat, so well yeah, thank you for watching, make sure to subscribe, hope again you like this tier list, I did, thought it was pretty cool to do this again. I might do the same with locations soon, so if you want me to do one for Fortnite locations, let me know in the comments on the stream, or just let me know if you want me to do that. I think I will do the same with locations, but with that being said, peace out.